spring season.
Thanks.
How do you feel right now?
It feels absolutely surreal, especially because, I mean, my body was fully prepared for defeat in the last game, you know, like we were so far behind and my heart had sunk to not even the bottom of my stomach, you know, it was in my feet and I was really, really regretting some of the draft decisions we made because I felt like we gave them way too much early prio. Like in the center Tarm lane, for example, I was like cursing myself for not picking the center Tarm, and I was getting flashbacks to Game 5 of play-ins at Worlds, where I also cursed myself for that draft. And I think our wonderful players saved me on that one because I mean, the Game 5 Supermassive draft, I think I've replayed that draft 1,000 times in my head since then. Like, I know every single pick, every ban. Like, I know every single iteration of all of the 10,000 things I could have done better in that draft. And that has been something I've thought about before almost every single competitive game that we've played this split. So to have players that can bail me out from that kind of enormous draft gap is really nice.
The nightmares of a coach, always thinking about the trust. But I mean, it's a team effort, as I always say. And the coaching staff of Mad Lions have been praised a lot, especially by your players throughout every interviews we had this split. So I want to know about this method, the staff you have around these players, and how do you explain that your work you've been doing translated today on stage in the finals?
I mean, I think that of all the staffs I've worked with, although we've had like unbelievably talented staffs in the past, right, where we had like me, Duke, and Peter on the same staff, for example, we all had very similar niches in a sense. And I think this staff is by far the best balanced I've ever worked with. Like, we just have so many different perspectives on things. Everyone sees the game in a slightly different way. Everyone has a different way of preparing. You know, we have people who are incredibly positive and really kind of exuberant in terms of the emotional energy they give off. And that's so easy to underestimate in a team. We have people who are, you know, incredibly good with numbers and statistics. We have our analyst who's like amazing at everything to do with data and coding and all the things that I don't understand. And yeah, we also have, you know, all of our performance staff and like just everyone involved. I mean, I'm not really sure how to kind of explain it apart from to say that it's really well balanced. And I think that that's part of the philosophy that we came with, and that's something that I have Peter Dunn to thank for, because the whole philosophy that Mad Lions has is about investing in people, and that's something that I just inherited from him. Like a lot of my coaching beliefs are just directly inherited from Peter.
It is really funny because when I think about making a team work together, it's usually, I don't know, some kind of dark science. You don't always know what's going to work. And I mean, when you see this group, they all love each other so much. They get along together. Yeah, how did you manage to, I don't know, take this group, bring them together, and yeah, make the kind of work we've seen today, if that makes sense, working on the human side also?
I think that this split especially, because I was taking over the role from Peter, I feel like the kind of head coach's job is to be responsible for the culture of an organization. And that's something that I focused on an incredible amount this split. I think I read like 7 different coaching books about like famous coaches that have been, you know, really good at implementing certain cultures and like business culture and lots of other different things like that. So I think that was a big help. But I don't think I can take too much credit for the fact that the players are just really wonderful people to work with. You know, they're all so confident and exuberant and they're always happy, you know, like even in Game 3, we're coming back onto the stage and like all you can hear is laughter. And that's incredible.
That's what makes a good team. And you see them together, they click so well together. They're going to be going to MSI. That's not your first international experience, actually. You're starting to have a bunch. So yeah, how do you see this one going? What excites you about this MSI?
I think the format for MSI is really, really cool. Like this, you have this like kind of battle royale type format where everyone's just going at one another. So there's going to be a lot of games from what I understand, which is really amazing for us. Like just for me, having the international experience is like something that I'm just really grateful for. And I think it will benefit us a lot as a team. I think in terms of us being able to like take the next step to be able to compete internationally, maybe at MSI, we get punished for a lot of the mistakes that we make that we don't always get punished for in Europe. Because I feel like, for example, I feel like Asian teams especially tend to be way more coordinated in the early game. Like if we had played a series with these drafts against like a top Asian team, like they would just roll over us, I think, because of some of the early game mistakes that we were making. So it might be a bit of a trial by fire for us. We'll see. For sure, we have the talent and the mechanical ability to be able to challenge people. But I think we won't have been pushed like that in terms of the early game coordination by anyone in Europe for a long time.
All right, it's going to be a challenge for sure, and some experience you'll take for summer. But for now, Mac, thank you so much for this.
Thank you very much.
Congrats again on winning the spring split. And Shocks, back to you.